is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim as a true Arisen. A place with books likely to entice Magistrate Waldo, you say? Naught springs to mind, I'm afraid. Kendrick of the Gracious Hand is versed in many things. Perchance he knows of such a place? There is much we ought to tend to, if I bear word from Regent Ken Sven, your Majesty. He espied the delivery of a suspicious package to a man named Allard, a minister who happens to be one of the Queen Regent's staunchest and most powerful allies in the palace. From the pains he took to remain unseen, 'tis plain that Allard wished this delivery kept away from prying eyes. That alone is reason to suspect a connection to Deeza's schemes. We must get to the bottom of it. The Regent Kin intends to call Allard to his chambers come nightfall. He bids you to use this opportunity to search the minister's chambers and see if there's aught to be learned. What say you, your Majesty? Are you willing to undertake this task? I shall ensure that the door to the minister's chambers is open between midnight and dawn. Pray, use that time to infiltrate and uncover aught worthy of suspicion. There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen... Well, well. He is merely Deeza's puppet then. 'Tis likely that he knows naught of her schemes, even were he to be removed. I suspect some other would simply be made to take his place. But if there's aught that compels my attention, 'tis this other man you mention. Phasus, was it? He seems a man of import, and yet I have never heard of him. Pray, allow me to investigate this matter further. You've done well, Your Majesty. Thank you.
Queen Regent Deeza appears to be
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are while examining the palace ledger for evidence of the Queen Regent's misdeeds. I made a curious discovery. For some time now, it seems, she has been diverting a veritable mountain of gold to the daily purchase of sweet crown flower. What's more, this inexpedient spending habit is recorded to have begun the very day on which Arthur, the would-be Arisen, appeared on the scene. This cannot be mere happenstance. I can only conclude that these sums are passing into the hands of Arthur himself. Yet 'tis strange, for sweet crown flowers only grow on the eastern edge of Vermund. I dare say 'twas not an item chosen idly. Mayhap this knowledge will guide us in our pursuit of the false sovereign. 'Tis a frail hope to be certain. Yet all the same, I would ask that your Majesty venture to Vermont's eastern edge and probe into this young man's origins. I am glad to hear it, for I cannot shake the feeling that uncovering the identity of the false sovereign is the key to unraveling Deeza's scheme and securing your enthronement.
Don't know about you, Master, but word of a curious village does more to spark my interest than deter it. We're off to Vernworth Palace, then. Let us make for the palace, that you might investigate Minister Allard's chambers. I'm afraid I cannot escort you beyond the castle entrance, Master. We will have to part ways till you emerge.
The vanguard is yours. Lead on.
Is this a challenge, Arisen, to see who can keep pace?
No time to catch your breath. Try to keep up.
Have no fear, Master.
You are the Arisen, yes? The captain gave me your description. Follow me!
A fine place to sit and gather one's thoughts. I've been here so long.
'Tis best you move along. Pray, be cautious, Your Majesty.
I wish the Minister would be more careful. He takes the sentinel posted outside his chambers with him everywhere.
What business could be so pressing that I must be summoned at this late hour?
I would not presume to know, my lord. However, it must be a highly sensitive matter for the Regent Kin to request a private audience.
Or perhaps the boy has finally grown wise to the benefits my favor can bring. He might just be his mother's puppet, but at least he knows what's good for him.
My lord, if someone were to overhear...
Oh, unwring your hands, you fool! As if anyone in this palace would dare say a word against me. Now, if Wilhelmina calls, tell her to await me in my chambers. I will return presently.
Surely none more important than this. I speak of the ascension of the Sovereign.
Indeed. But that, Your Grace, would be better discussed in the presence of your mother.
Let's take it easy.
Well, well. We meet again. Is this stealthy business becoming a habit of yours?
Oi! Who goes there? Who's there?
Tut, tut. Now, this just won't do. How's a lady supposed to work with all these interruptions?
Oh, 'tis you, Lady Wilhelmina.
Mm-hmm. Do excuse us. We thought to enjoy a little fresh air. Though we had hoped for slightly more privacy, if you catch my meaning.
Apologies, milady. But might I ask the name of your companion?
Are you sure it would be wise? Such knowledge has been known to cost a man his head.
Understood, milady. If anyone asks, I shall say I saw naught.
A narrow escape. You should count yourself lucky that he was so easily flustered. Is that all you have to say for yourself? 'Tis sweet of you to mind your manners, but such niceties won't get you far with me. Something tells me this shan't be the last I see of you. Perhaps you'll be good enough to repay me when next we meet. Off you go now. If you wish to speak further, 'twill have to wait. This is neither the time nor the place for it.
It seems you've made a discovery regarding the false sovereign.
I suppose you think you can afford to be reckless so long as I'm here to heal you. Hold just a moment.
What's this? Come to admire my sculptures, have you? Ho, ho! To think my eminence as a collector would reach in the ears of the Arisen. If only my collection were complete, I'd fain allow you to inspect it. Alas, the sculpture that I commissioned to be its centerpiece is yet to arrive. And 'twould wound my pride to have you behold my collection ere 'tis made whole. If your curiosity shall not be denied, however, mayhap you'd consider paying a visit to the sculptor in my stead. The man's home is located in Bakbatal. You need only tell him that I eagerly await the sculpture's completion.
We may benefit from pursuing the information.
Tis a ladder. Shall we see where it leads?
After you, Arisen?
This is an outrage!
Mayhap I'll treat myself to
Welcome.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your majesty's claim, as if I know this sigil well. 'Tis the crest of the neighboring country of Battahl, a land with which Vermin has no official dealings at present. Let me see. It reads, "True to our word, we offer you the power of the Godsway. Pray make haste in securing Melve, that all might be made ready ere our plans are set in motion." A meager clue, to be certain. Though, 'tis clear that the Queen Regent conspires with Battahl. Though the political situation is stable at present, much blood has been spilt between Vermund and its neighbor in the past. I fear such a partnership would only portend the drawing of more. At any rate, 'twould seem our search has led us to only more questions. Chief among them, what is meant by securing Melve and this Godsway? I will investigate these matters as best I can. In the interim, Your Majesty, should you have time to spare, might you make for Melve? Only once we have gleaned a fragment of the Queen Regent's plot can we begin to thwart it. And ere it slips my mind, pray, take this. Perchance it will help speed you on your way to Melve.
Phaesus. Now there's a name to remember.
As a reward for your you will, of course, require raiment befitting of the occasion. I would ask that Your Majesty return once you've procured such attire. There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen Your Majesty's claim as a true Arisen. Aught shall change once we have attended the coronation. If Your Majesty has any unfinished business to attend to, 'tis best you do so afore we depart. Very well. Pray inform me when your preparations are complete. Is there aught else you would speak of, Your Majesty? Have you divined aught of the false sovereign, Your Majesty? What's this? The Palace of Vermund is sending brass to an individual by the name of Darrow. And brass is code for imitating someone, you say? I wonder. 'Tis not unheard of for a member of the court to employ a decoy, a look-alike, to confuse assassins and their ilk. Though in our case, 'twould seem far more likely that this Darrow fellow is none other than Arthur, the false sovereign. As I am certain Your Majesty has already deduced. You have done well. I believe we can call this investigation a resounding success.
'Tis an unwelcome feeling, this. As though we're being made to dance upon some unseen hand.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen Your Majesty's claim. A place with books likely to Kendrick of the Gracious Hand is versed in many things. Perchance he knows of such a place? Is there aught else you would speak of, Your Majesty? Do not forget that we work...
It's clear you're not interested in arriving at our destination, so I'll hold off on guiding us there for now.
Perhaps the Ariseners recalled some more pressing business. Fret not. I'm sure we'll come back to this eventually.
My head hurts just thinking about it.
At last, the moment I've been waiting for. Allow me to gather these up.
I must be great.
This is generally used as a material.
Different combinations of materials result in different creations.
My devotion as well I should be. This can't be happening.
It was a fascinating tale those soldiers outside the palace were discussing.
Ah, did it pertain to the Queen Regent and an important personage, perchance?
Aye. Tellys, her ties to this figure from the neighbouring country have a romantic tint.
There are useful ingredients to be gathered here, I'll wager.
We could pick some now and use them when the need arises.
Maybe I'll keep right here.
I don't know. Could you come over here?
This ladder looks sturdy enough to climb.
After you, Arisen.
You've come. Glad to see you, friend. So, what say you? Would you care to live here in my absence? As I've said, you needn't worry about tending to the place. Many thanks, friend. I knew I could count on you. I'll stop by again in a week's time, but till then, farewell.
I'm all for camping, but solid walls are a joy that can't be beat. And ours for a full week at no charge. What a steal.
That's just what I was thinking.
I'm ready for patrol. Any news point about? Enough to make me itch?
I don't know what to do.
I'm dead on my feet. Maybe I'll keep right here.
Arms, arms for the poor. Pray grant those less fortunate some salvation.
Let's just rack a few skulls. Somewhere to be.
None of us is guaranteed tomorrow. It's just life.
Arms, arms for the poor. Pray grant those less fortunate some salvation.
A short proposal. Might I beg but a moment of your time?
Is there aught I can assist you with? Might I beg but a moment of your...
Always a fresh breeze blowing round.
I know so little of his world.
I enjoy tackling fierce foes and prefer combat's thrills to... Nothing's coming to me, Master.
Always a fresh breeze blowing round here.
My prayers will surely be rewarded. Wickedness has no hold.
Arms, arms for the poor. Pray grant those less fortunate some salvation. Well met, Sir Arisen. Might I trouble you for alms for the poor? Many thanks. May fortune smile upon you, kind sir. Well met, Sir Arisen. Might I trouble you for alms for the poor? Many thanks. Ah, hold on a moment, Sir Arisen. Perchance, you see, one of the children we care for here at the Gracious Hand has gone missing. Malcolm, his name is. He's a steady lad. I can't imagine he would have run away. This building's very old. It could be that he's found himself in some strange corner of it. Might I impose on you to...
Would seem we've a need to scrounge up information. 'Tis tedious work, but I suppose we had best get to it.
'Tis as you say.
Who might have the answers we need? Should we ask around? I've a rough idea of where our destination lies. Shall I show you there, Master?
The vanguard is yours. Lead on.
Follow me then, unless you doubt my sense of direction.
Was I lacking in devotion?
How vast the sea is.
I wonder what lies at its bottom.
Understood. I shall proceed ahead.
What to do?
Malcolm. All he's doing of late is picking through rubble. Don't know why he bothered.
To make room for my next shipment.
I don't feel safe here.
Causes conflict to plague the world. Prayer alone cannot win us this battle.
I thought you might like this, so I picked it up. Here you go.
Must come from the spirit, not the mind. I need must be right to know the unknowable. Can't we make our own myth?
What teachings might salve people's woes?
Is Malcolm all right? We were supposed to go exploring together, but I overslept, and he went without me. Wish he'd woken me up. I was really looking forward to going down into those vaults. Oh no, I wasn't meant to tell anyone that.
Our results are awaited. What say we make our report? Vaults, eh?
Vaults, you say? By my knowledge, they were sealed off. Ah, but you mention rubble, aye? Then perhaps the lad found a way through. Come, I fear there's not a moment to lose. Pray, follow me, and quickly. I believe this is the place to which the children were referring. Look, there, a hole. Could he have passed through here? There is naught to be done but have a look for ourselves. The passage ahead looks small, but we may be able to squeeze through. Let us make haste.
Danger might lurk anywhere. Wear every shadow. And mind the ceiling.
Pray speak up should you notice aught amiss. Can't wait to find out what's inside.
Malcolm, thank goodness you are unharmed. You have my eternal gratitude, Sir Arisen. Now I can breathe freely at last.
Sir Kendrick, you'll never believe what I've found. It's just up ahead. Books, sir. Books, books, and more books. It's like some sort of secret workshop.
Truly? Perhaps we ought to take a look.
Shall we follow, Master?
I quite agree.
One arrow is all I need.
Over here.
Heavens above!
Isn't it amazing? And I found it. Me.
'Tis quite a find indeed. Is this some manner of archive? Why, I've ne'er seen so many books. This collection must be worth a fortune. 'Tis a veritable treasure trove of wisdom. Might I ask that you not share the existence of this place with others, Sir Arisen? We cannot allow the knowledge accumulated here to be misused or mistreated. We ought to entrust its care to someone worthy, someone who can appreciate its true value. Pray, tell me if you know of such an individual. As for you, Malcolm, I forbid you from telling anyone else about this place. 'Twill be our little secret. Understood?
Oh, but...
However, in exchange for your silence, you may come and go as you please. Let's investigate this place's secrets together, eh?
Tis quite the collection of tomes. I'm sure I'd be seeing stars were I the scholarly.
The books ne'er seem to end. Who could have brought them here, I wonder?
Would you mind coming over here?
Feast your eyes on this!
Water is nigh invisible in this gloom. No few times has an overconfident step soaked my boots.
You too? I'm glad I'm not the only one.
tales of poultry repasts.
Over here, if you please.
Causes conflict to plague the world. How did I end up in this miserable place?
Am I shedding?
I don't know what to do.
Uh-huh. There's something written here.
Shall we take a closer look?
Pleasant breeze.
Welcome.
Can't afford any mistakes this trip.
It's rowdy, but I can't complain.
Frey, follow me. There, Master! Saurians!
Same up no advantage against this foe. The same boat.
That was well fought. There's no one standing who might say otherwise.
Bit bland. What can I throw in?
Whoa! Follow me, if you would.
Gather round. Treat your ears to the tale by a master storyteller. And should my story entertain you, nay, even if it shouldn't, I would greatly appreciate a coin or two to soothe my throat in a mug of ale. And your focus applied to this tale of a giant who touches the sky. A hero oft forgotten by history in spite of his word, awoke one fell morning to rumbling earth. In a panic he started, out the front door he leapt, to behold what had a...
Aye, got some coin to spare your humble storyteller? Much appreciated. Aye, got some What would you of me? I'll have no trouble.
What did you think of that story? 'Twas well told and all, but not particularly exciting, eh? I mean, it's the sort of thing you hear bandied about the tavern every other night, isn't it? I'd heard tell of a beggar doing well for himself, so I came out here to learn his ways. And by the look of it, he doesn't appear to be making much for his efforts, neither. So where's all his coin coming from, then? Makes a man wonder, it does.
'Tis a ladder. Shall we see where it leads? Take this. 'Tis something I found. I wanted you to have it.
And should my story entertain you, nay, even if it shouldn't, I would greatly appreciate a coin...
Frey, follow me.
Now, listen close, and your focus apply to this tale of a giant who touches the sky. Our hero, oft forgotten by history in spite of his word, awoke one fell morning. To rumbling earth. In In a panic he started, out the front door he leapt, to behold what
You!
Thankless job, this.
Would that all my days were so tranquil. Wonder if it's still early for dinner.
I'm sure I can handle this. Quite sure. Mayhap I really would have been better off back.
Seems my feet always
Ingredients are plentiful hereabouts.
Shall we see if there's aught to be found while we're here?
Gather round, treat your ears to a tale by a master storyteller.
Are you in the market for something in particular? Always a pleasure.
Very well. I shall return.
Are you in the market for something in particular? Particular? Always a pleasure.
Nothing caught your eye? That's a shame. Let's hope there's aught worth our coin next time.
The Arisen is ever prudent in the application of coin.
Welcome.
Well met. You will soon forget the fatigue of a long journey when treated to the... foremost hospitality in all. You know where to find.
The solution eludes me.
You!
Might as well take a look while you're here, eh? I love waking up.
My. I'm trapped like a rat in a cage. This Arisen's both shrewd and fleet of foot. What? Can't you think of a reason? I'd thought you were keener wit than that. Let's just say there are some who don't want you wandering about as you please. I was to report on your comings and goings, you see. But I suppose that job's over. Now you found me out? So, how about it, friend? Will you let me go? I've no reason to trouble you any further. Understandable. Still, no harm in asking, was there? Let's get this over with, then.
Look, Master, a treasure chest.
You there! Halt!
Shit! We're in for it now.
With all likelihood, he is an agent dispatched from Batal. Pray, let us handle the rest. We will hear all he has to say before the week is out. I bid you, wait till then. Report to me if aught catches your eye.
Yes, sir! This ladder can take us to new heights.
We ought to put it to good use.
It'll do you no good letting me rot in here, you know. Another agent will be on you afore long.
Mayhap I ought to ask around town.
Last a day without me. To turn in for the night.
Gather round. Treat your ears. We're tailed by.
Welcome to Pure, and quality is what you need if you want to... Survive. Hope to see you again.
Interested in my wares?
Have we met, sirs? You seem familiar somehow. Tis a happy twist of fate that brings us back together.
I've just remembered a curious rumour I overheard once. Seems there's an illness pawns can catch beyond the rift that has devastating consequences for those around them. Worse still, the pawn never knows they're sick. They just become restless and flippant and won't heed the Arisen.
How terrible. We shall have to be alert for signs of the sickness among our number.
Oh dear. What am I to do?
I've no words left for you.
Mayhap I ought to ask around town.
Now there's a worthy prize. If only 'tweren't so far away.
Not a care in the world. Just as it should be.
We shall see how bold you are in irons.
Do not test me.
Times are hard. I dream of someone sweeping me off my feet.
I'd never leave. Times are hard. Good heavens.
She's well tired.
Must hold out till someone comes to me.
We shall see how bold you are.
Welcome.
Wouldn't say no to a bit of excitement.
If you wish it, I shall not move from this spot.
Might have a little kid. Would that all my days.
Do you know how long you'll be? I only up. So that I might adopt the most effective stance to recuperate my strength.
'Tis not our place to hurry the Arisen.
Well? Have you... Oh, to think such a place existed. Oh, very curious. Guide me outside, then. If you can deliver me from this pit, I ought to be able to find the rest of the way on my own.
Must hold out till someone
Is this where you've been all this time? 'Tis rather far from where we agreed to meet up.
Do take care not to stray so far next time.
Aye, this should be far enough. My thanks. If you truly are arisen, then I swear to someday repay this debt I owe. Words may be wind, but there's naught else I can offer you at present. Pray visit me if you've the time or inclination. Mayhap the knowledge I've gained reading tomes of Eld could be of some use to you.
Now we must report to Captain Brandt. That's the way of things, is it not? And here I thought I was leading the way. But I suppose your whims take precedence.
The Arisen is capricious indeed. But don't despair. We shall count upon your guidance when the time comes.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim as a true Arisen. It seems Magistrate Wardor has been safely delivered from his cell. The man's dedication to justice shall doubtless be a great boon to our cause. Mayhap it would be prudent to visit the man on occasion and avail yourself of his vast stores of wisdom. He might have knowledge that could benefit you on your travels. Now, would you be so kind as to return the key I lent you? I thank you. Pray, take this. Consider it remuneration for your Majesty's efforts.
Outstanding.
The result of our impeccable teamwork, no doubt.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim. Aught shall change once we have attended the coronation. If your Majesty has any unfinished business, very well. Is there aught else you would speak of, your Majesty? We will hear all he has to say before the week is out. Is there aught else you would speak of, your Majesty? Do not forget that we work to...
Here we are. This ladder looks sturdy enough to climb.
After you, Arisen.
old kid right here. Suppose I ought to earn my pay.
Oh, tell me I haven't got any leave.
I have no issue falling asleep, even at this time of day.
Tis a relief to be home.
I feel refreshed and ready for a new day.
Off we go then.
Shall we get underway?
I nodded off for a moment there.
Took nary a moment. Now that we're here, what did you have in mind, Arisen?
Shall we see how Har Village fares of late, Master? Then follow me. I'll lead the way.
Well now, isn't this lucky? Someone who knows the way.
Oh no! Sir Arisen, thank heavens you've come. Saurians have claimed the village yet again, if you can believe it. Just when almost all of the villagers had arrived as well. Oh, why must these scaly fiends beset us so?
Oi! What are you doing standing about when there's work to be done?
Jonas! This is the good sir I spoke of. The one who called the Saurians for us.
Is that right? You did it once afoot.
My apologies for the... Yet he speaks true. Pray, call the...
More Saurians. Let us deliver. Saurians!
Foe of all's the cold. We'll want to use ice against it.
Where strike? Right where it hurts.
Excellent! Don't set up now!
I've got it pinned. We'll have a hard time spitting its skull fluid at us now.
The Saurians are no more, I see. That's twice you've come to our rescue now. You're more than a friend to Har Village, Sir Arisen. You are a hero. Truly, we cannot
Here he is! I found our troublemaker!
Jonas! What is the meaning of this?
This blasted Beastren went and ventured into Stormwind Cave. How many times have we said none are to tread there? But he just had to poke his nose where it didn't belong. There can be no doubt. He's the one who incited the Saurians' attack.
Forgive me. I never meant for any of this to happen.
Trust a Beastren to muck things up.
Jonas! Surely there's no need for such talk.
You would say that, wouldn't you? Seems to me Beastrens go causing problems, and we humans are lumped with the job of cleaning up after them.
Jonas, please! You're being ridiculous.
Fair!
I do apologize. It would seem things have turned rather uncomfortable. But we mustn't let this sour your triumph. You came to our aid when we needed it most, and for that, you have our gratitude, Sir Arisen. I do hope you shall visit us again anon.
'Twas a rotten note to end things on. I do hope Sir Fioran will be all right.
There are useful ingredients to be gathered here, I'll wager.
No harm in picking a few. We ought to bring word of this to Captain Brandt. There's no need to make cap.
Of course it falls to me to do this. Isn't that always the way of things? Can't say I'm thrilled, but I'll get it done. To think of it, different masters favour different pawns. One whom I served preferred to have beastrons for allies.
I'll be... sure to keep that in mind.
You run so fast! You can hardly...
No sense letting the enemy gain the upper hand. The early griffin gets the worm, as they say. Strike with the power of lightning!
Dare I say it? We trounced our foe, well and true.
Well, I'm sure there's still room for improvement.
In traversing other worlds, I came to know of a treasure chest in this area.
sluggish.
We must make the most of this opportunity.
Marshal, to charge!
I'll get that for you. A treasure chest. Oh, I can hardly wait to open it.
Let us hope your curiosity will be rewarded.
Am I the first to notice we've all got different vocations?
Our respective abilities are unique as well.
At the end of the day, our vocations are of little import. Mutual trust is what counts.
We have found a material.
Different combinations of materials result in different creations.
I've a knack for combining materials that I hope you'll find useful. I'll craft all I can using what's in my pack.
That looks promising. Any ideas as to how we might reach it?
Magic's the right disposal!
Perhaps it is best to live and let live.
Master, are you unharmed?
These really are hidden in the most unlikely places, aren't they?
The thrill of discovery never gets old.
Interesting. I shall have to inform my own master of this.
Oh! The monster's left something for us.
My knowledge This place offers a view of the sea.
I wonder what lies at its bottom. Alas, 'twould seem I've taken on too much.
If you feel overburdened, mayhap I could carry some things for you. 'Tis rather high. It might be beyond our reach. One of us is being drenched!
Thank goodness someone has a hand to lend.
I thought I had met my end. Thanks to you, Arisen. If we mastered that attack, we would be invincible.
I'll wager I could make that shot.
Go right ahead.
What say we get some rest? I'm not sure I could face a trek with my belly so full.
Agreed. We ought to give ourselves a chance to recover ere we continue on our journey.